Marcus Aurelius, once the most powerful man in the known world, chose to lead a life of virtue guided by Stoic principles. Unlike his fellow Roman emperors, he resisted the allure of indulgence, abstaining from excesses like drunken revelry and sadistic games in the Colosseum. His purpose was to serve humanity, and he cared deeply about fulfilling this task. To do so, he had to learn not to care excessively about things beyond his control, a lesson many of us could benefit from today. Stoicism teaches the fundamental concept of discerning between the things we can control and the things we cannot, as Epictetus and Enchiridion eloquently explains. The Stoics don't advocate renouncing the world, but rather being realistic about our limited influence over external events. By recognizing this truth, we free ourselves from unnecessary burdens and puppeteers' control over our lives. Often, life becomes painful when we care too much about things beyond our control, allowing them to dictate our emotions and actions. We blame external forces for our suffering, but in reality, we enable them to wield power over us. Marcus Aurelius exemplified the benefits of being undisturbed by external forces, allowing him to navigate the challenges of being an emperor and focus on his higher purpose. Epictetus saw this as the path to freedom, and for others, it could lead to pursuing meaningful goals or finding a carefree, content life. So, what are the things we should stop occupying ourselves with, and how can we do it? Let's start by exploring how we often suffer needlessly by worrying about the future. Our imagination runs wild, creating countless scenarios of what could happen, leaving us anxious and fearful of the unknown. But as Seneca wisely pointed out, we suffer more in our imagination than in reality. The future only exists in our thoughts, it doesn't have power over us in the present moment. Marcus Aurelius taught us not to be disturbed by the future. By focusing on the present and our ability to handle the challenges of today, we build the strength to face whatever the future holds. Embracing, amor fati, the love of fate, with trust that we can endure and grow through any circumstance, provides a resilient approach to life. Moving on to the past, Marcus Aurelius reminded us that it is gone, and we cannot change it. While we can learn from past events, we mustn't let them consume us. Often, we replay painful memories, wishing we could have done things differently. However, this longing is futile and only causes suffering. Instead, Marcus Aurelius advised focusing on our reactions to past events. We cannot alter what happened, but we can choose how we respond to it. By adopting a mindset of learning and acceptance, we can find peace with our past and move forward. The present moment, as Marcus Aurelius frequently emphasized, is all we truly have. Yet, we often resist it, either being discontent with the way life unfolds or clinging desperately to what we fear losing. The Stoics taught us to embrace the present, accepting it with equanimity, regardless of whether we like or dislike what is happening. When faced with adversity, we shouldn't behave like helpless victims. Instead, we should view challenges as opportunities to practice virtue and strengthen our character. The art of living, according to Marcus Aurelius, lies not in controlling external circumstances but in how we approach and respond to them. By treating everything as wholly natural and familiar, we can navigate life's challenges with grace and resilience. To sum it up, Stoicism provides invaluable wisdom for living a fulfilling life. By caring less about the things beyond our control and embracing the principles of Stoicism, we can live more authentically and find greater contentment in the modern world. One of the core tenets of Stoicism is the recognition of our limited control over external events. We often invest a significant amount of emotional energy into things we cannot change or influence, such as other people's opinions, societal expectations, or the weather. Stoicism teaches us to redirect that energy towards the things we can control, our thoughts, attitudes, and actions. By focusing on our internal state, we become less dependent on external circumstances for our well-being. We develop resilience and inner strength that allow us to face challenges with composure and dignity. Rather than being consumed by frustration or anger when things don't go as planned, we learn to adapt and find opportunities for growth in every situation. Stoicism also encourages us to cultivate a sense of gratitude and appreciation for what we have in the present moment. Instead of constantly striving for more or comparing ourselves to others, we learn to value the simple pleasures of life and find contentment in the here and now. This shift in perspective can lead to a greater sense of fulfillment and reduce the incessant desire for external validation or material possessions. Moreover, Stoicism emphasizes the importance of cultivating virtuous qualities such as wisdom, courage, justice, and self-discipline. These virtues serve as guiding principles for our actions, allowing us to align our behavior with our highest values and ideals. By focusing on personal growth and moral integrity, we can contribute positively to the world around us and lead a more meaningful existence. Stoicism also teaches us to accept the inevitability of change and the impermanence of all things. We recognize that everything in life, including our own existence, is transient. By embracing this reality, we learn to let go of attachments and live more fully in the present moment. We become less consumed by worries about the future or regrets about the past, and instead, we appreciate the beauty and fragility of each passing moment. Applying Stoic principles in the modern world doesn't mean becoming indifferent or apathetic. It's not about suppressing our emotions or denying our humanity. Rather, it's about developing a mindset that allows us to navigate life's ups and downs with greater equanimity and wisdom. In a world filled with distractions, constant stimulation, and the pressure to achieve more and acquire more, Stoicism offers a path towards inner freedom and tranquility. It encourages us to focus on what truly matters, to live with integrity, and to cultivate a deep sense of peace and contentment. So, let us learn from the wisdom of Stoicism and embrace its teachings in our own lives. By caring less about the uncontrollable and living more in alignment with our values, we can find greater fulfillment, resilience, and inner peace amidst the complexities of the modern world. Thanks for watching, and stay blessed.